Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's talent show. And please welcome your host, Mr. Don Holston.
We have a band here tonight. We've got a lot of great things. You're going to really enjoy it. If you were lucky enough to be here last year, I think this year is going to be even better. Before we start, let's take a couple minutes. Let's meet our judging panel for tonight. First, the man always with a plan, our high school principal, and yes, I did spell principal on my cue card, as you are my pal, Mr. Jankowski. Next on the panel, a new teaching member to Armada High School here. She's an English and world history teacher. Also, something to note, during parent-teacher conferences, all the dads line up at her door for parent-teacher conferences, and they have nobody in her class. Miss Kitty! Thank you for the drum roll there, by the way, it's great. Next, social studies teacher and world traveler. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him. Mr. Jason Hundy. And one person, when I grew up, I absolutely just have to be like, no questions asked. Armada High School English teacher, Eric Foster. Thank you, judges, for being here tonight. To start us off, we're going to go blazing. We're going to go engine running, ready to go. First act is going to be Brad Durrell, Mallory Green, Marcus Hoskin, and Jack Sablehouse, better known as the Crybabies, performing More Than a Feeling by Boston.
Now it should go on, right? Okay. Are you ready?
Ready, Mark?
Okay. I looked out this morning and the sun was gone. Turned on some music to start my day. I lost myself in a familiar song. I closed my eyes.
Okay, I have to ask the question. Crybabies, where did it come from?
Well, Jack was wearing a shirt that said Crybabies. So like when I was gone, they named it Crybabies. But like when I came back, I was crying. So I thought that they named it
After you.
I was crying. And I
Very
was
nice.
mad.
Way to make a decision while the lady's gone. Great. Okay. All right. Let's go to our judges and see what they thought. Mr. Jankowski?
I thought you guys did an excellent job, especially it's hard a lot of times in situations where you have a band to have a powerful voice and be heard, and I think you did a great job with that.
Thanks.
How did you guys choose the song? Because I'm thinking, this is probably mid-70s. Most of you, none of you were born. Mr. Olson was only...
Hey, that took me back to a metallic green 1978 Chevy Chevette, driving down the road with my arm out the window.
We chose it because Marcus and I, we played together before, so we brought it right on, and Matt, because she has both. So.
Very good.
Miss Kitty?
I really enjoyed it, especially the instrumentals. I would say it started to pick up towards the end, and I was feeling it. I would say, since this is one of my go-to car dancing songs, I would have expected a little bit more feeling from you all and a little bit more action. Really rock opposite, but I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Mr. Hundy?
Well, first of all,
My microphone's working. Oh, there we go. Mallory, Brad Delp would be proud, the vocalist from Boston. You really went for it with those high notes. I say, go more gusto. I think when you were holding back, I wanted to hear more, and when you went for it, you nailed it. And Jack did a nice job of capturing the solo energy of Tom Schultz. And by the way, the album Mr. Jankowski, 1976 to be released. I teach rock and roll history. I think as she said, it picked up. I would have loved to have seen, as Miss Kitty was saying, a little bit more Scrubs lip-syncing, dancing energy from the famous Scrubs episode that the song made an appearance in. But overall, good job, guys.
All right. Yeah, as you can tell, Mr. Hundy teaches rock and roll history class here. So. All right, Mr. Foster, what'd you think?
You can tell a lot of things about Mr. Honey based on what he just said. I do have to echo the sentiment that, Mallory, when you let loose, it was awesome. It was awesome. I wish somehow you could have let loose the whole time.
I was so scared.
You know?
Staring at me.
And same thing with Brad. A couple times when you let loose, I was feeling it. It was hard to just sit here and not jam out, you know. But the more you guys let loose, I think the better you are. Try not to just play the music. Try to do it. Try to feel it. Try to be it. You know. So.
Very nice.
Mr. Foster
Good.
likes to jam out with the whippers.
Jam out. Hey, jam out all the time to that stuff, especially in the 70s music. All right, great job, guys. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to switch gears a little bit. Dancing to Hurt by Christina Aguilera is Becca Sage.
Seems like it was yesterday when I saw your face. You told me how proud you were, but I walked away. If only I knew what I know today. Ooh, ooh. I would hold you in my arms. I would take the pain away. Thank you for all you've done. Forgive all your mistakes. There's nothing I wouldn't do to hear your voice again. Sometimes I wanna call you, but I know you won't be there. Oh, I'm sorry for
You know, it never ceases to amaze me how athletic dancers are, especially, I mean, it's coming from an athletic director. All right, let's go to our judges. We're going to start with Miss Kitty this time. What'd you think?
Wonderful job. I would say that you have beautiful lines, and I think the favorite for me was the floor work that you did. That was when I really could feel the connection between the song and your movement. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Lines. I was talking that the whole time backstage. Mr. Hundy.
That was a brave choice, especially being my third favorite Christina Aguilera song that you performed there. But I really thought that, I don't know a lot about dance in terms of terminology, but I thought especially you captured a lot with your face, especially with the theme of the song, the hurt and the pain. I thought you really captured that theme well through the performance. It was great. Nice job.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
I'm happy that we found something that Mr. Hundy doesn't know a lot about, so I hope there's a lot more dancers. I have to echo what he said. I think your eyes complemented the movement really well. And as an English nerd, I saw certain patterns emerging that told the story, so it was kind of easy for me to follow. I believed you. You know what I mean? I believed you were trying to express what you were trying to express, so it was good.
Yeah, the word I was thinking, it was eloquent.
It was eloquent of you to try and spit that out.
I know, yeah. It took me 3 or 4 tries, but sooner or later I get it out. Mr. Jankowski.
Again, as somebody who obviously is not a dancer, talking to these guys, at first I was concerned because I was like, man, Becca's a nice girl, and why does she want to dance to Hurt? And I'm like, man. But then I was like, oh, to the song Hurt. Okay. You did a nice job. Did you choreograph that yourself? Yeah, and it's one of the most difficult things is to kind of express the music through your movement, and I think you did a very nice job with that. So congratulations.
All right, thank you, judges. Excellent job. Thank you. Alrighty, okay, well, we're going to keep on rolling here. Once again, we're going to switch gears. We're going to go to singing. Singing We Are Young by Tiffany Elbord is Madison Grzywolski. Okay. Yeah, our microphone went dead on us. So what we're going to do is before we let the judges critique you, we're going to have you come back out when we have a microphone that works for you so we can hear you because we want to hear that beautiful voice. We're going to have you sing right after intermission, okay? Okay, I could hear you. I thought it sounded great. But we want to make sure all those guys can hear you, okay? So that's what we're going to do, all right? All right, thank you. Is that one working? Let's hope. All right, because we got another singing. All right, yep. Just singing, testing, 1, 2, okay. All right, okay. So we're gonna stay with the singing. Coming up next, hopefully on a microphone that works very well, is singing "Girl on Fire" by Alicia Keys. Is Miana Gonzar.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. Hotter than a fantasy, lonely like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire, filled with catastrophe, but she knows she can fly away. Oh, she's got both feet on the ground and she's burning it down. Oh, she's got her head in the clouds and she's not coming down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Looks like a girl, but she's a flame. So bright she can burn your eyes. Better look the other way. You can try, but you'll never forget her name. She's on top of the world, highest of the hottest girls. Say, oh, we got our feet on the ground and we're burning it down. Oh, we got our head in the clouds and we're not coming down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on fire. Everybody stares as she goes by, 'cause they can see the flame that's in her eyes. Watch her when she's lighting up the night. Nobody knows that she's a lonely girl, and it's a lonely world. But she gon' let it burn, baby, burn, baby. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. This girl is on
All right, that was good. That was good. I love Alicia Keys. All right, we're going to start with Mr. Honey this time. What do you think, Mr. Honey?
Well, my mic working?
Yep, they probably just like pod you.
Alicia Keys, not an easy artist to sing because she kind of has a unique swagger. I thought you captured it really, really well. You went for it, and there were times in that performance where I could actually like look down or close my eyes for a moment, and you were Alicia on stage. I really liked the toned down ending. That's the best part of the performance for me. Really conveyed a lot of vulnerability, which is I think key for an artist like Alicia Keys. So nice job.
Yeah, that was good. I knew we were already in for a treat because Miana had sang at one of our athletic events, did the national anthem, so I knew she was going to be good. Mr. Foster, what'd you think?
My favorite kind of actors are the actors that you believe, whatever the role is, and my favorite kind of singers are the singers that you believe from their voice. And don't judge me, Mr. Hundy, but the first time I heard Adele, I believed her because of her voice. I believed it.
I like Adele.
And
don't judge me.
And as you're singing, I'm grabbing this cup thinking, where's the fire? Because she is on fire, and I believed you. I believed you. The way you sing, I completely and entirely believe you. I really, really do. It was awesome. It was very good.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jankowski.
Again, I think you did a very nice job. Having sung the national anthem, and I remember you were so nervous that day, and it's when you go for it, you have a gift. Go for it. Share it with people. And you can see early on in the song, you were holding on to that mic really hard with two hands, but as soon as you kind of loosened up and you stood up straight, and then you just hit it. You hit kind of your sweet spot in that song, and you did a very nice job.
All right, thank you. Miss Kitty.
The first thing I wrote down as soon as you hit those first few notes was that you have a very rich quality to your voice. It just felt very warm. And same with Mr. Hundy. At the end, I didn't know if you were just going to go for those power vocals, but I love that you have that power there, but you chose to reel it back in, and I just feel like you captured everyone through that choice. And nice wardrobe choice. Thought it was fitting with the song as well.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Yeah. Brave choice. I think
Not
good
as
job.
nice as what Mr. Holson's wearing.
No.
Yes. You can make fun of my vest. We'll talk later. All right. Good job. All right. On to the next act. Our next one is dancing. And we have Alyssa Rubel who is dancing to I Don't Believe You by Pink. right, great job, great job. All right, we're going to start with Mr. Foster this time. What do you think, Mr. Foster?
There was such a wide array of movement, made the story really easy to tell. There was rolling, tumbling, jumping, all sorts of things. The huge range of different kinds of movement made it easy for me to know what was going on. And Alyssa, you're athletic, but you make athletic look graceful, you know, which I think is really hard to do. And I don't think that story could have been told by someone that doesn't have your level of athleticism. So that was awesome.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Jankowski.
Again, I agree. It's hard to tell a story, and you tried to do that, and it was very good. The use of the props was great. Was that an assignment from Mr. Foster's class that you tore up there? But again, a nice job. Right from the beginning, you could tell that there was a story going on there, and you kind of carried it out very successfully.
All right, thank you very much. Miss Kitty.
I love the use of the props, and I love that they didn't detract from the story that you were trying to tell, that you were just able to integrate them so smoothly, and just your movements are so precise and sharp. And I agree with Mr. Foster that you were able to let the story come through. You weren't distracted by what you were doing, you just did it so effortlessly.
Very nice, thank you very much. Mr. Hundy, where does Pink rate in your CD collection?
Hey, I bought my mom Pink for Mother's Day this year, so I don't mind Pink. She's talented.
That's awesome.
But I would much rather listen to Pink if Alyssa was doing the sort of storytelling aspects of it, because I think like the great sort of music video performances that you could listen to the lyrics and also get the story told visually. I was worried at first when I saw the props, but the props didn't distract at all. They were really well integrated in the performance. And knowing you and the conviction that you have towards dance as well, that I knew you did a nice job choreographing that and keeping the movement all over. You used the space really well, and great performance. Nice job.
Yeah. Awesome job. Thank you. Okay. Next up, singing "The Lonely" by Christina Perry and accompanied by Mrs. Ulinski is Becca Moilanen.
For the pain of one more loveless night, but the loneliness will stay with me and hold me till I fall asleep. I'm a ghost of a girl that I want to be most. I'm the shell of a girl that I used to know well, dancing slowly in an empty room. Can the lonely take the place of you? I sing myself a quiet lullaby. Let you go and let the lonely in to take my heart again. Broken pieces of a barely breathing story where there once was love. Now there's only me and the lonely dancing slowly in an empty room. Can the lonely take the place of you? I sing myself a quiet lullaby. Let you go and let the lonely in to take my heart again.
All right, let's go see what our judges have to say. All right, that was good. How about you, Mr. Jankowski? What do you think?
I thought it was excellent. I think it was an excellent song choice. I think it probably is better than the original. You hit it. Every note was like perfect, and you just gave it like an ethereal like quality to it. So it was kind of like floating out there. It was very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Miss Kitty?
You have a very clear tone, and what I loved most was that you really created the mood of the song in here, and I just wrote down that it was hauntingly beautiful.
Thank
Very
you.
nice, thanks. Mr. Handy?
I'm not actually familiar with the original, so I was kind of free to enjoy the purity of your performance, which was really nice, and I think the word ethereal really fit it. I kind of got like a Civil Wars or a Mazzy Star sort of vibe that was very, very cool, very evocative. I just think you owned it, you know. I don't even need to know the original to know that I enjoyed it. So.
That's awesome. I understood about a third of what he just said. Mr. Foster?
Ethereal means like otherworldly and spiritual.
Yeah.
Okay. I've had you as a student in class. I didn't know you had that. I didn't know you had this miraculous voice. It was awesome. It was so amazing. I'm like, Becca coming on, she can write really well, she can read really well. Holy crap, she has a great singing voice too. So that was amazing. I was so surprised. It was fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you. Great job. Alrighty. Next up, we have playing Bore by Bach on the viola, not the violin, the viola, is Lauren Ghetto, and once again she'll be accompanied by Mrs. Ulinsky. job, very nice job. Now, I mean this in the most complimentary way I possibly can, but there's something so soothing about that instrument. I could probably listen to that and fall asleep faster to that than I do when the Lions come on Sunday. I don't know, it's just, there is something very soothing about that. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to our judges. Miss Kitty, what'd you think?
First of all, how long have you been playing?
I played violin since 5th grade, but I switched to viola when I was in 5th grade.
Okay, I'm not very well versed in classical music, so that sounded like it was a very challenging song to play. Tell us, like, how difficult is that to do?
What is difficult? It was pretty difficult, plus I played it for solo ensemble, and I got a pretty good rating.
Well, very nice. I appreciated your composure as well. Anytime there was just something, maybe a slight little hiccup, your face never showed it, and that's a true performer.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Hundy.
As the other great Sebastian Bach from Skid Row once said, love letters in the sand, and I'll remember you, and I'll remember this performance. Brave choice. I like the baroqueness of it, obviously, which is where Bach comes from. You know, as I was telling Mr. Jankowski, I thought this was an odd choice because usually this is a harpsichord piece that you decide to do on viola. No, I'm just making that up. See, you guys thought I knew.
Well, I was like,
I had
wow.
fooled. Yeah,
I'm
I had
wow.
fooled. No, it was nice, and I think the composure, you could tell the difficulty. And I've seen other people do violin and viola at talent shows before, and it's amongst the most difficult instruments I think to handle. And you really you grabbed it, and I really like Bach as well. So soothing, as you said.
Mr. Foster.
It was challenging, and I wrote down challenging piece and challenging instrument. It's not easy to play. I thought you tackled it admirably. I wrote down perseverance too. I wrote down composure too, and that says a whole lot. It's one thing to perform something that you've done a million times for many years, and then go out here and do it. It's another time. It's another thing to do something like this and just push right through, and I thought it was great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jankowski.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent choice. The tempo was great, and like one of the first comments I wrote down was, "Man, am I seriously untalented watching this?" Great job. And again, it's a difficult piece. The tempo is difficult, but you did well with it.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome job, Lauren. Thank you. All right, this next act I know you're going to love. I actually got to preview this earlier in the day. I usually don't like to see the acts before we come out because I like to be just as surprised as you guys. But these guys practiced in the office for us today, and it was pretty cool. So without further ado, singing the Cup song from Pitch Perfect is Claire Sablehouse and Dana Ulinski. Great job, ladies. Great job. I gotta ask, where did you come up with this? I've never seen this before.
Well.
YouTube? It's gotta be YouTube, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Well, Claire actually knew how to do the cup thing before, and then I saw Pitch Perfect, and I was like, oh, how do you do that?
Very nice. Awesome. That's pretty cool. All right, let's start with Mr. Honey this time. What do you think, Mr. Honey?
Great movie, great choice. I love Pitch Perfect. So, I mean, I'm a rhythm nut for people that know me teaching rock and roll history. So I was really like grooving on just the rhythms that you were creating both with your hands and the cup. I think that speaks loudly to doing sort of a multiple performance. You weren't just singing, but you had to keep track of the rhythms and the complexities and not get sort of screwed up there. And that's, you know, we're here at a talent show. That's a different type of talent than what we've seen today for sure, in addition to the great vocals. So nice job.
Thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
You're a nut, all right. That's for sure. At first, when you started doing it, I was like, do I need to walk over there and give them a couple dollars? Because it was like a street performer type act. But then I went, wait, it's really good. It's really good. I felt like I was in New Orleans. I felt like I had some soul there for a minute, like I should be in a Southern Baptist church. I was digging it. It was awesome. It was fantastic.
You've taken my class, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Jankowski.
At first, when I saw you come on, I was like, we didn't improve Red Solo Cup. But once you got going, I mean, perfect. The harmonies were great. You guys had fun. That was probably, once you kind of hit that groove and you guys were both smiling and laughing, the song really came through and did a nice job.
Okay. And Miss Kitty, what'd you think?
I actually liked it better than the version in Pitch Perfect. I like that you chose to do it as a duet. I liked that pairing your voices complemented each other. It's very good.
Thank you. Great job, ladies. Great job. Okay. At this time, we're going to take about a 10-minute intermission. Please, by all means, get up, stretch your legs and that, but try to be back within 10 minutes so we can get the second half of the show rolling. Thank you. Second half of the show. We're going to, for her second time out on stage, we have a, is this on? All right. We're going to bring Madison Grzwalski back out, and she's going to be singing We Are Young by Tiffany Albert.
Just across the bar, my seat been taken by some sunglasses, asking by the scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget the love between the drinks and subtle things. The calls and my apologies, you know I'm trying hard to take it back. So live by the sun, black roses, and feel like falling down. I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun.
good. And the mic worked. That's even better, right? All right, let's scoot right up in here. Okay. All right, let's go to our judges. Let's start on the far end with Mr. Foster.
First, it was really hard for me to concentrate and score because Hundy kept trying to hold my hand the whole time.
Guilty.
Really hurt. How about I turn my mic on? That's much better. In case you missed that, Joe, it was hard for me to concentrate the whole time because Hundy kept trying to hold my hand. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage for everybody to get out here and perform. It is very, very admirable you to get out here and perform and hit some of those notes. And just like a lot of the acts we heard earlier tonight, whenever you let loose and wail, that's when you shine. That's when you shine. And those were the high points for me.
Thank you, Mr. Hundy.
Going the opposite way.
Like he said, I think, it's tough after, the technical difficulties of earlier to come back out, put a brave face on and go for it. And again, I'm of the same ilk, especially the female vocals. I really like when you go for the brave notes and go for it. And every time you did that, I thought it was a nice performance, especially doing such a popular song that everyone's familiar with. It's hard to sort of put your own identity on that, but I think it's definitely captured your personality. So nice job.
All right, thank you very much. Miss Kitty.
Well, Madison, I'm glad we got the chance to hear you sing. It is an interesting song choice just because the version by Fun is so popular and well known, and in that music video you have the bar scene and the smashing glass, so that's kind of what I was expecting. So I would just say if you're going to take a cover, really make it your own and sell it one way or the other. So either go the fun route and get the crowd involved with that, or really take it and make it your own, however you choose to do that.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Jankowski.
Force.
Spaceship this way.
Every time I turn my head that way, my mic goes crazy. So, I agree with them. Making it your own was probably was a great move. I mean, I didn't really like the original version of it, but the way that you did it and made it your own and put your own personality into it, I thought was definitely the way to go. You really highlighted what you did with it and your own phrasings and all of that, and it worked out very well.
Thank you. I want to thank you too, because it is tough to come out a second. It's hard enough to do it once, but to do it twice. And I thought you did a great job. Thank you very much. Good job. Alrighty. For our next act, we are going to have Dancing to Never Quit Loving You by Jill Barber. It's Tori Linderman.
As long as this world keeps on spinning around, I'll keep hanging on to this love that I found. I won't let go, 'cause I know I have something that is true, and I will never, ever quit loving you. There will be days when you get down, and you've got to find ways to keep your feet on the ground. Oh, but honey, please remember, even when I'm feeling blue, that I will never, ever quit loving you. And kissing, oh, been loving you, and I will never, ever quit loving you.
All right. I know you're tired. I'm tired. I was tired just watching. One more spin, I probably would have passed out. I was starting to get dizzy. All right. I never worked so hard in my life. All right, here we go. Mr. Jankowski, what'd you think?
See if this is working here. Okay. Again, excellent job. I mean, it was very athletic and very dramatic. I mean, I like how you kind of went along with the lyrics and all that, and you kind of followed the story. And it's hard, especially like Mr. Olson said. I mean, you could tell there was so much effort and energy and all that, and it carried through to the audience and to the judges, I believe.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm going to check my Volkswagen, by the way, to make sure my flower's still in there, too. Okay, Miss Kitty?
Did you choreograph this piece?
No.
Okay, well, props if anyone still says that to your choreographer. I just loved from the opening movement when you came out and had the skate on your feet. I don't even know the term for that, but I just love the subtleties of your dancing. You knew when it would be good to flex your feet and break the line, and then you had great extensions in lines when you needed to have it. It was beautiful.
How much of that did you understand, Mr. Holst?
I watched Dancing with the Stars, so I knew everything she
We
was
already had
talking
this
about.
discussion. Yeah.
All right.
He's a cultured man, he told me.
Yes. Mr. Hundy?
Again, from my perspective, especially with the music, I like the music choice, a nice sort of traditional 60s doo-wop kind of soul number, and I think you had a certain kind of a retro elegance, especially to the dance routine. It felt like just like a nice kind of old musical kind of number and piece that you would have sort of seen in an older musical from like the 60s or something like that. But a lot of energy, you know, like a West Side Story kind of like punch to it, which is good. So.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Foster?
Another great job of storytelling. I could understand the story, and it was easy to see from your movements. It was very playful and lighthearted. It was really, really clear that you were having fun, and that's really important. I mean, this is high stakes stuff, but we're high school kids performing for a talent show. Let's have fun, and you did, and it was awesome. So, good job.
All right, thank you very much. Nice job. All right, our next act. If you've ever had the pleasure of hearing this young man play the piano, you know that you're already in for a treat. Playing Pirates of the Caribbean is Mr. Stephen Potts. swing across the stage. It was pretty cool. One thing I'm sitting there and I'm watching him perform and I'm thinking, really, I can see his hands where I'm standing from. I wish that you guys could see it because it would do so much more justice for what you just played. So, all right, let's go to our judges. Mr. Hundy, let's start with you.
I liked, especially it's tricky doing a film score piece because people associate with it. But I liked that you had drama. It was playful. It was fun. It had a real rousing adventure, sort of cinematic quality to it. And I feel bad that you were hiding this musical talent in rock and roll history for all those months and never once sort of connecting it or throwing some things out. So very surprised. It was nice to see you perform like this.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Foster.
Yeah, I felt like I was on a pirate ship being chased and then being shot at and then being chased again and then everything was fine and then we were being chased again. It was awesome. It really was awesome. At first you started playing, I'm like, I actually leaned back and I looked at your hands. I'm like, you are playing that. I thought it was a CD and you were trying to trick us. It was great. It was magical.
Thank you, Mr. Jankowski.
Again, Stefan, I mean, it's so impressive how multi-talented you are, whether it's sports or the plays or everything. And this, last year it was a beautiful job with a classical piece. It was great to see you come back with something that had like a lot of intensity, and you really seemed to enjoy playing it. Like Mr. Holston said, we could see your hands, and you had the flair and all of that. I mean, you were really into it, and it really came through in the way that you played, and it was just a perfect performance.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Kitty.
Well, Stefan, in my class, you always have a deck of cards, so I was expecting some sort of magic trick from you tonight, but I loved what you did. I loved the piece that you selected. I felt like it really highlighted your strengths as a musician and really showcased everything that you're able to do. And you made it look very effortless, which I know it's not. Great job.
Thank you very much. As usual, we didn't get the time. All right, our next act is going to be dancing. And dancing to the song Too Close by Alex Clare is Evelyn Madla.
You know I'm not one to break promises. I don't wanna hurt you, but I need to breathe. At the end of it all, you're still my best friend. But there's something inside that I need to release. Which way is right? Which way is wrong? How do I say that I need to move on? You know we're heading separate ways, and it feels like I am just too close to love you. There's nothing I can really say. I can let no more. I can have no more. Got to be true to myself. And it feels like I am just too close to love you. So I'll be on my way.
Good job. Good job. Very nice job. Let's scoot up here and get by the judges. All right. Mr. Jankowski, what did you think of Evelyn's performance?
I thought it was intense, and it was it went perfectly with the song. And another good idea was not to go with all the stuff in the commercial and pretend you're swimming like the guy and all that. That was a good move. But no, it was great. I mean, it's a tough song, it's a tough tempo, and you went for it, and you were like, every single action kind of coincided with the lyrics in the song, which was great. And I think I saw you singing it along with it.
It's helping me remember it.
Yeah. Miss Kitty, what'd you think?
I love that. You really attacked it from the beginning. You're fully committed to it, and with that song and that choice, you have to do that. And for me, of all the dance performances, that was the one I believed the most. Great job.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hundy.
Again, the vibe I was getting from you, especially like the physicality and the costume and things like that, was like a much more energetic kind of like Uma Thurman Pulp Fiction, which is very cool, very chic. But instead of being like a retro Chuck Berry song like Pulp Fiction, you went more like modern and futuristic and very energetic. And like I said, you sold me on it. And I knew you had a music background. I never knew you had dealt in dance. Have you done much with dance before? Or is this sort of spreading your wings here?
Well, I dance in my basement a lot.
And I've seen you dance to songs like at cross country camp and things, but never in a sort of choreographed way. And so that was very impressive. A nice surprise.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
Yeah, just like Miss Kitty said, there was a lot of verisimilitude. It's one of our AP
Did I say
lit
that?
terms. Just trying to impress you, Mr. Chuck Berry.
Isn't it verisimilitude?
But anyway, very, very powerful emotions. It was almost as if your dance is supposed to go with that song. It's like people can't fully understand the song until they see that dance. It just echoed it beautifully. And, you know, I've had you in class and talked to you in the hall once in a while, and sometimes I'm like, Evelyn has some emotion. I wish she would let it out. And there was. There it was. It was awesome. It was fantastic. Great job.
All right, thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. All right. I'm tapping this again. Okay. All right. Next up, singing in a sing-along, actually. So it sounds like you guys are welcome to join right in there with him. If you saw this gentleman last year, he did a Johnny Cash thing. It was awesome. This year he's doing This Land Is Your Land. Blaine Gauthier.
How you guys doing tonight? Sorry to disappoint you, I'm not playing dueling banjos, I know. But when I get to the chorus, please everyone, judges included, please sing along. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Everybody now, this land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roll and I ramble, I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. When all around me I saw a valley, this land was made for you and me. Everybody again, this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. The sun went shining as I was strolling, the wheat fields waving, the dust clouds rolling, a fog was lifting, a voice was chanting, this land was made for you and me. Everybody again, this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. One more time, this land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
You know, this guy, he smiles. I don't care. He could have totally messed it up. He'd still smile. That was awesome, though. He did a great job. All right, let's go to our judges. Miss Kitty, let's start with you.
Well, thank you for playing the banjo. I'm not from Armada, but now I feel fully initiated into the community. I just love how you started off. Great showmanship. Usually there can be a disconnect between the performer and the audience, and with you, I just felt like we were connected and we were with you. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hundy.
Well, obviously Woody Guthrie would be proud. You know, you captured the Okie accent, which is where, you know, what Woody Guthrie was known for, which Bob Dylan, of course, tried to do himself. The only thing I think missing that would make this performance even better is you need a sticker on that banjo that says, this machine kills fascism, just like Woody had on his guitar. People here who have had my class know I love protest music, and that's sort of a universal song. I like that you did the sing-along. It was a wise choice. It brings us in and connects us a lot more. Stage performance, great. So nice job.
Thank you very much. I'm fully convinced that I could drill 2 holes in a tree limb and you'd make music out of it somehow. I've seen him play so many different instruments. Mr. Foster.
Banjo's really challenging, and I think you did a great job, and it matches your persona, your flavor, your panache. You know, it matches. If you'd got out here and played a harp, I've been like, playing with a harp, I don't know, but playing with a banjo makes a whole lot of sense. So, and bringing everybody in was awesome. So great job.
All right, thank you, Mr. Foster. Mr. Jankowski.
I'll say it again, because I said it last year, you truly have an old soul, and that kind of comes through in that retro approach that you have. And I was wondering, why did you drop the experience from your name, where it was the Blaine Gauthier experience? The last time you performed, that's truly what it is. I mean, everybody gets involved, and it's an experience.
That was rock and roll. This is folk.
It's true. He knows the folkies don't like the rock and roll. So.
All right. Thank you, judges. Great job. Great job. All right, dancing to Hiding Place by Serena Ryder is Kay Suarez.
If your radio didn't work and your friends all ran away, would you let yourself fall in love? If only for one day. Are you one of the ones who decides for us all? And would you let me touch your face if I decided not to side at all? Could I be the empty space? Oh, darling, can I touch your face and let your skin be my hiding place? I promise I won't take up too much room. Darling, can I touch your face and let your eyes fall into love's embrace? Forever isn't far, it's coming soon. You're always watching and waiting while everyone else's heart is breaking, darling. What are you so afraid of? Darling, can I touch your face and let your skin be my hiding place? I promise I won't take up too much room in you. Oh, and darling, can I touch your face and let your eyes fall into
hey, that's a great job. You know, you're a little bit of a taller girl, and I know sometimes when you're taller, it's tough to get that grace. And I thought you did an outstanding job. Trust me, I know. I have to watch a 6-foot son try to play basketball every once in a while. So, love you, son. All right. All right, let's go to our judges. Miss Kitty, what'd you think?
I would say that you're a great technical dancer, and so there was a lot of fluidity to your moves. You had great extensions and great floor work, but I also love that you have the soul and the heart that you have to really sell it. So you had the heart and the soul and the technicality combined, so it was a great performance.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hundy.
Well, most of my dance knowledge was accumulated from the tap dancing episode of The Cosby Show. So I don't know the technical terms of Miss Kitty, but I did write down graceful and conviction, and the storytelling aspect was wonderful. From a technical standpoint, you did, I think, the hardest moves of all the dancers I've seen tonight, and you did it with, I love the word fluidity. It was not clunky, it was, like I said, graceful. So nice job. Awesome.
Thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
Yeah, there were certain times as you were going, I'm like, oh, poor Kay, she fell. Nope, that was on purpose. Okay, she messed up. Nope, that was on purpose too. That was awesome. And it almost tricked me, probably because I'm stupid and you're awesome, but it tricked me as you were going. A couple times I went, we're going to need a medic. That looked like it really hurt, but it was fantastic. I think every move you did seemed like it was on purpose and chosen. I think sometimes you watch a dance and it's like, oh, that's nice. It kind of seems like it fits there, but everything you did seems like it was purposeful. And your face helps sell the story too. So
yeah, that's a great point. One thing that I notice is they continue throughout a dance to be, very fluid, very graceful, and when they're done, they're like gasping for air. So they're doing that, having exerted all that energy already. So it's pretty impressive. Mr. Jankowski.
No, it was nice to see you were so expressive, and especially it was a difficult song choice because there were some tempo changes there, and again there was a beginning and a middle and end of the story, and you could see that arc as you went through. And nice job.
Great job. Thank you. Okay, our next act, singing Last Name by Carrie Underwood, is Mallory Green.
That poison, baby, last night I did things I'm not proud of, and I got a little crazy last night. I met a guy on the dance floor, and I let him call me baby, and I don't even know his last name. Oh, my mama would be so ashamed. Started up, hey cutie, where you from? And then it turned into, oh no, what have I done tonight?
was good. That was good. Two things for me. One, I'm glad that somebody has more glitter on their outfit than I do tonight. And that was a really good rendition of that. That was really good.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to our judges. Mr. Jankowski, what'd you think?
I think nobody does a better job of like just reaching the back of the auditorium, and it's just that the attitude comes through. And I was so glad when you finally got away from the mic stand and you walked around, because now it's a performance. Now you're really owning it, and you really you brought it, and all of that emotion and the whole act was there. It was perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Miss Kitty.
Well, Mallory, I think you might want to assure Dad that there's no ring on your left hand. Did he
There's
help you
not.
with your
It's on my
song?
middle finger because it wouldn't fit my ring finger.
I love just the difference between your first performance and this one. You just seemed so much more comfortable, and I wrote down some technical words: little firecracker and sassafras.
There you go. Sassy. Yes.
These English teachers and their vocabulary, I swear.
So, Mr. Hundy, what'd you think?
I liked it. In the earlier comments, I think both Mr. Foster and I said we wanted you to sort of go for it, and you did. You didn't hold back. A lot of vibrato, I wrote down attitude as Mr. Jankowski. The stage performance is what's really sold me on that one, and that's tough when you're doing a song as popular as that. You don't want to just sort of stand there and just hit note for note. There's something more genuine about making the song your own by taking it over, and that's what you did by moving around and conversing with the audience.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
Yeah, like Mr. Honey said, we asked you to wail more earlier, and you wailed, and it was awesome. You clearly had fun, and you were getting it. And I like what Mr. Jankowski said about making everybody in the back feel it. That was clear. I also like that you helped Miss Kitty get more Armada-fied. That was pretty good. And you held your mic at a perfect 90-degree angle the whole time.
Oh my
It was
God.
great. Awesome.
It's so awkward. Like,
No, it's perfect.
Well, backstage, I told her break a leg, not an arm. Didn't listen, so, all right. Okay, great job. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Our next act, singing Broken Strings by James Morrison and Nelly Furtado, is Kayla Manti and Armada alumni Jason Pipes.
Try to hold on, but it hurts too much. I try to forgive, but it's not enough to make it all okay. You can't play on broken strings. You can't feel anything that your heart don't wanna feel. I can't tell you something that ain't real. All the true words and lies words. How can I give any more when I love you a little less than before?
Oh, what are we doing? We are turning into dust.
Playing house in the ruins of us, running back through the fire when there's nothing left to say. It's like chasing the very last train when it's too late. Oh, it tears me up. I try to hold on, but it hurts try to forgive, but it's not enough to make it all okay. You can't play on broken strings. You can't feel anything that your heart don't wanna feel. I can't tell you something that ain't real. All the truth hurts and lies worse. How can I give any more when I love you a little less than before? But we're running through the fire when there's nothing left to say. It's like chasing the very last string when we both know it's too late. You can't play on broken strings. You can't feel anything that your heart don't wanna feel. I can't tell you something that ain't real. All the truth hurts and lies worse. How can I give any more when I love you a little less than before? When I love you a little less than before. Let me hold you for the last time. It's the last chance to feel again. Ooh.
Nice job. Very good job. Pretty good. Let's get a little closer to the judges here. We need the light. All right. Let's go to the judges. We'll start with Mr. Honey this time.
I know I mentioned this band in an earlier performance, but I really got a nice Civil War sort of vibe to it, which is one of the best sort of male-female duet bands out there today. And I think it's really tough to blend a male-female voice in a live performance as seamlessly as you did. And Kayla, I was getting a really awesome sort of Celtic Cranberries sort of vibe off of your voice, which is near and dear to my heart. So definitely one. I mean, I don't know the original song, but it was the first performance where I just sort of was like lost kind of in it the whole time. I was really drawn in the whole time, and that's kudos to both of you guys. Very, very mellow but beautiful. So.
Thank you very much. Celtic Cranberry, I'm going to Google that later so I know what you meant. Okay, Mr. Foster.
Celtic Cranberry's a drink. Just kidding. I have no idea. It was, Mr. Honey said he got lost in it. I got lost in it too. At one point I was like, this is awesome. Oh, wait, I'm judging. I was like at a campfire. It was very inviting, you know, and it made me, I play guitar very little, very poorly. I want to go home and learn that song. It was come along, sing along, at least sit there and chill out, and I dug it. I thought it was groovy. So.
Yeah, that was a good way of putting a campfire type thing. That's what it was like, yeah. Miss Kitty, let's go to you.
I really love the harmonies. I thought they were great. Your voices blended really well together. And Kayla, you just have like a pure tone. It's just like crystal clear, and it was gorgeous. I have heard the original version. It's one of my like guilty pleasure songs, and so I just love how they really go for it. So I was expecting it to build a little bit more than it did. So kind of my notes was like, I'm a little torn on did I want it to build or did I want to just enjoy the quality of your voices. So I like that you just took it the way you wanted it. And it was great.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jankowski.
I was going to say, I'm a little confused by Mr. Honey's references to Civil War. You guys seem to get along great. You guys just have a natural quality to your voices, especially you, Kayla. I mean, just this richness that comes through, and you can see you don't have to strain or anything. It just comes through, and it's just this honesty that comes through in both of your performances.
All right, thank you very much. Great job. Great job. I'm so glad they brought this. It's a long day. All right. Okay, for our last act of the evening, we're going to have a singing act. If you've seen this young man at all in any of the theatrical productions we've done here in Armada, he's an outstanding actor and an outstanding singer. Singing Lego House by Ed Sheeran is Dorn Berger.
How you guys doing tonight? Good?
Great.
That's good. Alright. Sing this nice song. I'm gonna pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. If things go wrong, we can knock it down. My 3 words have 2 meanings. There's one thing on my mind. It's all for you. It's dark in a cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, I will mend you, and I keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging on. Now, I'm out of touch, I'm out of love. I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. I'll do it all for you in time. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. Now I'm gonna paint you by numbers and color you in. If things go right, frame it and put you on a wall. I know it's so hard to say it, but I've been there before. And I'll surrender up my heart and swap it for yours. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love. I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. I'll do it all for you in time. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. Don't hold me down. I think my braces are breaking, and it's more than I could take. It's dark in a cold December, but I got you to keep me warm. If you're broken, I will mend you, and I keep you sheltered from the storm that's raging on. Now, I'm out of touch, I'm out of love. I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I think I love you better now. I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. I'll do it all for you in time. And out of all these things I've done, I will love you better now. I'm out of touch, I'm out of love. I'll pick you up when you're getting down. And out of all these things I've done, I will love you better now.
Dude, you just never disappoint. That was awesome. That was good. Very good. All right, let's go to our judges. Mr. Jankowski, what'd you think?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, we've seen you perform so often. I mean, what are you, 35 now or something like that? No, it was a great performance. And again, you always make it original. And your personality just kind of exudes through what you do. And I think it was great to see you kind of take a more sedate approach to it and just kind of let your personality come through instead of trying to go for the rooftops and all that. But it was a nice performance.
Thank you very much. Miss Kitty?
Well, I've never seen you perform before, so that was awesome for me. I love the cool coffee house vibe that exuded from this song.
So I was trying to go for.
You achieved it fully, and I just like that it didn't seem like a performance. It felt very personal, like you were singing to someone. So if you don't have a date to the dance, I'm sure anyone in the crowd would love to go with you. Awesome job. I loved it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Mr. Hundy?
Yeah, Mr. Foster and I were kind of commenting during that, if you were to perform this at a coffee house, you would have a lot of numbers presented to you at the end of your performance. I think there was, definitely I'm the wrong audience for that, that crowd, contrary to what Mr. Foster may say in his class. But great presence, lots of smiling, great banter with the crowd. I mean, you're a natural on stage, like they said. It's like you can see the nerves in some of the other performers, and I didn't get one sense of nervousness in you. It was very seamless and heartfelt. And I liked it. So.
Thank you very much. Mr. Foster.
You come a long way from being little Charlie and a little Clay. It's quite a different person. I wrote down something that seems kind of stupid. Doran saying that. Some of the other acts today, and you know, you go on YouTube and see some kids doing things on YouTube, and it seems like, oh, that's cute. A high school kid is performing someone else's song. That seemed like your song. It felt like you were doing it. It felt very, very Doran. If that makes any sense. And I just hope that when you're famous, you remember us. That's what I hope.
Remember all the little people, that's right.
That's what I hope. afoster@armadaschools.org.
It's on my favorite list.
There you go. All right.
All right, thank you very much, judges. Doing a great job. All right. We're going to give the judges a little bit of time to tally up all their scores and everything. Guys, if I could get you to turn the house lights up real quick just for a minute or so. I want to take time to acknowledge a couple people who've taken time out of their busy schedule to be here and be a part of this. Our superintendent of schools, Mr. Mike Musry, and our Board of Education President, Cheryl Murray. I'd also like to take a minute to thank Ms. Cap, Mr. Percio, everybody knows her as Ms. Cap. Ms. Cap, I know you're around here somewhere. Please step out here, okay? Thank you, Ms. Cap. One thing I promised her that I would mention that, don't forget, on March 8th, 9th, and 10th, the Armada Theater Company will be presenting Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs right here on this stage. If you have not caught a theatrical production that this school puts on, you need to come. They are outstanding. There has not been one that I thought, wow, I wasted my money. They were all well worth the fee to get in. What I'd like to do at this time is I'd like to bring all the performers back out on stage, please. Come on out. Come on. Don't be shy now, it's all over. Just kind of line up across the stage. How about a giant round of applause? Great job, guys. It is truly amazing how much talent we have here at the high school. Our judges are still working, so I'm supposed to keep talking. Oh, I know one person I don't want to forget, Mrs. Ulinsky, for helping out with accompaniment. Mrs. Ulinsky, is she back there? There she is. All right. Thank you very much. All right, we'll give them a second to do that. I wanted to ask a couple of questions here. Blaine, when you were performing, you did the sing-along thing. What was your train of thought when you thought you wanted to do a sing-along?
Well, I love folk music, and the sad thing is folk music's dying right now. So I want to do my part. I want to do my part to keep it alive.
All right, regenerate the folk music. I love it. You gotta get your t-shirt. All right, we saw the cup thing. How much practice did it take to actually keep that in sync? Let's see. You started today, right? That's it?
Together, yeah.
That was pretty good. But you practiced it individually?
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. All right, Mallory, I'll come down to you. I've seen you perform in tons of things. Why a country choice? Farmada? Okay. All right, judges, please tell me you're done. They're not done. All right, we have the results. We don't have the results.
I had these jokes ready, but I never got to use them.
Okay. Too distracted by hosting.
I have to tell it. So I was going to start every time by saying I'm not ready yet. I was too distracted by such and such and tell jokes. Let me know which of these is the best one. I was too distracted by Holston's vest. It looks like his fairy godmother threw up on it. I couldn't keep track and focus because I was too distracted because Trevor Holston's sitting in the front and I couldn't see over him. And then here's the third one. I couldn't focus on the act because I was too busy stretching for the karate exhibition Miss Kitty and I are going to do as an encore.
Those are great. Except for the best one. All right.
Want me to recite a sonnet? I can recite a sonnet.
You want me to sing?
Mr. Boston, I can do Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, she did it.
There you go.
Well, I'll mention again, and it's worth mentioning again, on March 8th, 9th, and 10th, don't forget those dates. That is when they're going to be doing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There's something else to that title. What you guys are in play? What else is that title? It's long. Yeah, Black Horse. So I don't think it's going to be like your traditional, where it's the the dwarfs running around and doing their thing. I think it's going to have a little evil tone to it. It sounds like so. Okay. And the results are in. The Family Von Trapp. All right. Love that movie. All right. In third place, and again, all of our acts were outstanding tonight. It probably took a long time to figure out who was third, second, and first because of all the acts were so well performed. All right. In third place, Kay Suarez. In second place, Kayla Manti and Jason Pike. And in first place with the grand prize of $4,500. No, I'm just joking. First place, Dorn Berger. How about one more round of applause? One more thanks for our judges, Mr. Jankowski, Miss Kitty, Mr. Humby, and Mr. Foster.
Y'all come back to here.
Thank everyone for coming. We appreciate you coming and enjoying all the talent we have here in Armada. Have a great night and drive safely.